related to yet. We'll talk about those in a minute. So, because of this food aspect, the cook is very important on board the ship. Captain's okay, but the cook is really important. Because you want to keep the cook happy. You want to make sure the cook is your friend. You want to make sure that the cook is not angry at you for any reason. Because it's the cook's responsibility to scrape all that salt off that pork chop. Put it in water so it fluffs back up. So you at least get the illusion or the idea that you're eating a real piece of meat. It's his responsibility to soak those nice hard peas into water so they fluff up a little bit or get softer so when you bite into them you don't bust your teeth. You do not want to get the cook angry. The other reason you want to keep the cook happy is the cook is your doctor and your dentist. Now, the doctor we go to today, the dentist we go to today have been to school. They know what they are supposed to be doing. The cook is the doctor and the dentist. He may or may not have had any schooling of any sort. The only reason he is the doctor and the dentist is he has access to the knives. Okay, so you have a sore tooth, you know, the dentist puts a little bit of Novocaine in there, numbs your mouth up so you don't really feel anything, he pulls the tooth. Well, Novocaine's not around at that time, it's just a knife and you pop the tooth out and we're not going any further than that. Okay? So I'm tired, I'm cranky, I'm hungry. Well, a nice shower can really lift your spirits. It might make me feel a little bit better. However, remember down on the pier, I said sailors are scared to death of water. The idea of voluntarily taking a bath is unheard of. They might get sick if they take all the grime off of them. So the only time they took a bath was when they were out working and they got rained on. So now, imagine the smell of unwashed bodies in here. Plus the smells that you're smelling now, which I'll tell you what they are in just a moment. So, hygiene leaves a little bit to be desired. They did, however, brush their teeth. They did brush their teeth. Because if you don't have your teeth, you're not going to be able to eat meals. So they did brush their teeth. Now, bathrooms. Here, I'm going to have to ask you to do me a favor. This is really gross. So I need you to hold your ooze until I'm done, okay? Think we can do that? Okay. We have to talk toilets here. Have to talk toilets. Now, remember that U that I told you to remember where it was on the front of this name?
The what?
The U, that letter U.
Yes.
Oh no.
Remember, hold your ooze. Over that U would have been a piece of wood sticking out over the water with a hole in it. And that is where you did your business. Okay, now you can move forward. You can do the news. I don't know about you, but that leaves a little bit to be desired also. Now the question that comes up is, well, I've been on a boat before, a fishing boat or something, and when you go out in the water, they say if you're going to get sick or bad, you got to go to the bathroom. The bathrooms are in the back of the boat. Why is the sailor going to the bathroom in the front of the boat? Why not the back of the boat? Well, you know how this mast that I told you right here is sailor territory in here? Behind that back mast is officer territory. So no sailor would be found in the back of the boat. So their bathroom was up here at the front of the boat, which is why on board a ship, it's not a bathroom, it's not a toilet, it's known as the head, because it was ahead of the boat. So if you guys go on a cruise even today, and you want to prove that you're a sailor, and you know what you're talking about, you ask where the head is. You don't go, where's the bathroom? You go, where's the head? Okay. So I'm tired, I'm cranky. My personal hygiene leaves a little bit to be desired. Well, yeah. Bathroom facilities leave a lot to be desired. And my food's not really good. Now, I told you you'd get paid, right? 25 cents a month.
What?
Now, at that time, that was a lot of money. To be a sailor was actually the best paying job at the time. That would be about $10 today. Not much by today's standards, but it was still the best paying job at the time. However, in that contract that you signed, you only got paid if you made a round trip journey. That meant if you signed up here in San Francisco, it took you 6 to 8 months to get to England. You were going to be in England for a month, loading and unloading cargo. Then you've got to come back another 6 to 8 months to get to San Francisco, and then you get paid. So 2.5 years at sea, you should probably make about $3 or $4. However, you're in England for a month. You have no money. A month without any money. But I want to go to a hotel. I want to take a nice bath. Or I want to go out to a nice restaurant. Or visit some other establishments. But I have no money. So you run up a tab. A bill. The captain pays off your bill. Well, you have to come back and work for the captain until you pay that bill off. Fair enough. Somebody paid for it, I have to work that off. But because you don't know how to do math, you might in reality, in real life, only owe the captain 2 months worth of work. But the captain's going to say, you owe me 4 or 5 months of work. Basically, he's making you work without paying you, but because you don't know math, you don't know that. So after 2.5 years at sea, you are lucky if you come out of here with $1 or $1.50. Now, think of the living conditions I've just described to you, the eating conditions, the hygiene conditions. And I haven't even begun to talk to you about the work that you're going to be doing. I'm going to ask you a question a little later. Questions about what I have covered so far? No? Oh, yes, ma'am.
Why, never mind.
Okay. If you think about it again, you let me know. Sir?
Where were these showers you were talking about?
No showers, just whenever it rained. Just whenever it rained, yes.
Are we gonna see the officers?
We are. I'm going to talk about the sailor life first, because I like to do a compare and contrast. Do you know what that is? We're going to compare the sailor life versus the officer life, and then we're going to talk about the same lives and the differences. So, very carefully get out of your bunks. Go back out these 2 doors.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's like how many days? That's like, these are some people that live more. Come on. That's unbelievable. You too, poor guys. Mama's okay, but you're fine. You died. I'm sorry. You died. I didn't do it. Wait, how do they take a picture of that?
You're only going to get paid if you're going to get a job.
What are we going to go up?
In just a minute. Okay, now, jobs. The work that you're going to be doing. Somebody is going to be on their hands and knees scrubbing this deck every day. The reason for that is this deck is wood. Now, what happens when wood gets wet? It can get moldy. What else does it do? Might not be sturdy anymore.
It gets slippery.
It gets slippery. Okay, how many of you have, in the summertime, opened a closet, wooden closet door, no problem? In the wintertime, you gotta kind of jerk the door a little bit more. Yeah, you run into that?
Yeah.
That's because the wood has swelled. It's gotten bigger. It's spread out. Well, you actually want that on a ship. You want these pieces of wood here to be wet and swelled so they push up against each other so you don't have to use as many nails to hold the ship together.
Wow.
So somebody's always spreading this water around. Then they put this, what's known as caulking, this black stuff, in between the pieces of planks, and it acts like glue. And basically what it is it's pine pitch and tar mixed with horsehair or extra pieces of line, all mixed in there and put behind there. That's what you were smelling in there. You were smelling something kind of sweet, sickly, kind of stinky, kind of sweet.
Yeah.
That's the sailor's pitch. Okay? So that is all over the deck. Somebody is always scraping and polishing this wood because it's got to look good. Somebody is always polishing this brass because it always has to look good. Somebody has to do this to protect these wires because they're holding the masts in place. If these things come down, the masts are going to come down and you're not going to go anywhere. This is a piece of metal, steel, with that pine pitch tar wrapped all around it. Then they take a rope and very tightly wrap a rope around that steel. Then they take that pine pitch tar and rub it all over this to seal it. So you're going to be covered in pine pitch. The mast here is steel. The yards, usually 3 of the 5 yards are steel. And you'll notice where the yards connect to the mast is this black thing. This is also steel or metal. And metal on metal grinds. So somebody's always in a little bosun's chair like the swings you have at school, swinging back and forth, dangling from all over this place, greasing everything. So grease is flying all over the place. Well, it gets on the ship's paint here. Well, it looks dirty. This is a British vessel. British at that time were very concerned about their appearances. They had to look good at all times. So somebody is always coming along trying to take this grease off. Well, if you scrub real hard, you're going to take the paint off. So somebody's always painting. So you are constantly doing something those 4 hours that you are working. Part of that 4 hours is also moving these yards, which have the sails. Remember, this is a sailing ship. No motor. She depends on sails. You got to have wind. Don't really have any wind today, but you've been out on a windy day, and some days you know the wind will blow this way for a little bit, and then it'll blow that way, and then it'll blow this way. It moves all around, right? So these sails have to be constantly moving. So you're going to have 4 or 5 guys pulling on these lines here all the time to move these yards. So each of these ropes here has to be inspected to make sure it's not getting ready to break. To also help with that, they have something called a capstan. So come on up here.
Yes. Don't step on it.
It's called a capstan. This is that thing that I said was going to be going clank, 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 clank all the time downstairs in the forecastle. The way this works, you take one of those lines, that rope, and you wrap it around here. You would take these sticks and stick them in here. And then you're going to have 6 to 8 guys walking around in a circle for 4 hours. You all right? Very slippery, walking around in a circle for 4 hours. Now, I don't know about you, but I can only ride a merry-go-round for about 30 seconds. You guys could probably ride it a little longer. But you're still going around in a circle, right? You get dizzy, don't you?